Hi everyone, my name is Sophia and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Morphe 2 First Impressions, the collab with CHARLI and DIXIE d'Amelio. I'm super excited to try these products out. They look really fun and interesting. And this whole Morphe 2 is kind of going through that route of very light, minimal makeup, very Gen Z. And I think that's super cool just because I know that there's a lot of people that will appreciate this type of line of products, and Morphe 2 is sort of like an affordable brand, so it's nice. So yeah, it's kind of like very light, youthful, thin products, kind of don't feel like they're there, that type of, I guess, aesthetic style of makeup. Obviously we like to like have a beat face sometimes, but this is like nice for like everyday and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to try it out. I'll be reviewing the Hint Skin Tint, the Wonder Tint Cheek and Lip Mousse, the Jelly Eye Shimmer, the Glassified Lip Oil, and I also got the brush thing because I needed new brushes, and these are going to be great because I use a lot of cream products, and this is basically all kind of cream products, so that's what the brushes are kind of made for. So yeah, definitely excited to try this out, and I think that I'm gonna really like them and use them a lot because this is kind of nice for like an everyday look. So let's just get right into it. So I'm gonna start off with the brushes and kind of figure out what I'm gonna use. So the brush kit comes with 4 brushes. I'm not a fan that they don't have the names on them. No, normally there's a lot of brushes out there that have like the number or whatever and then the name of like contour brush or something like that, and I think that's good to know. But basically this one is the complexion brush. This will be great for like the skin tint. This is the rounded blush brush, so nice for the Wonder Tint. A universal highlighting brush, and then the ultimate packing brush. So I'm excited to use all of these. So I'm gonna get started with the complexion brush and the Hint Skin Tint, and this feels really soft, really nice. So this is the Hint Skin Tint. I've said that so many times. And it's just a sheer to medium coverage, I guess, like foundation type product. It's not really a foundation, it's just a skin tint. I got it in Hint of Beige, which is light medium with neutral undertones. I don't know if I'm even that color or not, but this was the only color online that I felt like would go with my skin. Some of them looked a little too light, some of them looked a little too dark, so hopefully this will sheer out and kind of work with my skin tone. But if not, I just need to get a little bit more tan, which I'm really trying to do before school starts, even though I'm doing school from home. This is the bottle of it, and it looks really nice, very fancy with the whole glass frosted bottle and the little dropper. So I'm gonna drop a few little drops onto the brush itself, and it's going in there, so I really want to get that on my face. Okay, yeah, this is gonna work with my skin tone for sure. Okay, so immediately I'm seeing that it's very like evening. It's definitely evening out my skin right here. I haven't put it on over here, which is where I have like the most redness and trouble, I guess. So let's see if it covers up my reddish areas. Wow. Okay, so immediately you can see the difference between this area and this area, which is like more of my problemed areas, where I have like more redness and like pores and all that stuff, and it immediately kind of covered it all up and evened it out a little bit, which is really nice. I'm super impressed with that, just because I thought that this was going to be too sheer and not really cover it too much, but it's definitely covering up a lot, but still kind of leaving that light finish. It feels super thin and nice. Like I feel like there's nothing on my skin, which is something that I really like. As you guys probably know, I am obsessed with the serum foundation from The Ordinary, and that one has a little bit more coverage, but it kind of has the same feel, and that's what I really love. The serum foundation is, you know, a serum, so it's very thin, and it also gives really great coverage. It's kind of similar to a skin tint, but a little bit more just because it is a foundation. but this is giving very similar effects, especially like the feel of it. So yeah, and I also think this will go a long way. I want to put my hair back, but yeah, I think that this will go a long way because it is so thin. You only really need a bit because it also spreads out really easily when products are like thin and stuff. They don't like settle into your skin, which is really nice. All right, so in person it doesn't look too light, like it works with my skin tone, so hopefully online or on camera you can kind of see, but right now I think I look a little bit washed out in the camera, but that's okay. This brush is really nice. As I just said, it's very nice because it's like, I don't want to say flimsy, but it is, like, it's not too dense, it's not you know, an issue. And I also think that even though the drops look like they were going into the brush really quickly, you can just tip it over and they kind of get to the top and they just work really well. It's also a little bit angled, but it's still flat, which really helps to get into like the spots that you need to get into and all that stuff. So definitely impressed with the skin tint and the brush itself to put on the skin tint. I think that these are a really great combo and I'm glad that I have them both. The skin tint is super nice and I'm excited to see kind of what it looks like maybe at the end of this, because I do have very oily skin, so hopefully this doesn't get too like dewy. I know it probably won't stay matte, but you know, just a little bit would be nice. I am gonna put like just a tiny bit of powder on like my face, but just dust it out to kind of mattify it just a little bit. And also my powder has a tad bit of coverage, so it'll add a little bit of color back into my skin. Because yeah, normally I don't put powder before I put cream products, but that's okay. I also am going to do just a tad bit of concealer in my inner corner right here and a little bit up here and kind of drag it. And then I also want to put it on my lid to kind of use it as a base for the jelly eye shimmer. Alright, so I warmed up my face a little bit and now I'm ready for the Wonder Tint Cheek and Lip Mousse, and I got it in the color Dream, which is kind of like an orangey color. I'm gonna save this for just my face and not my lips, just because I want to try the lip oil, but also this is a very orange color and I'm not a big fan of orange colors on my lips, but on my face they work really well. This is the color. It's super pretty. It's kind of just like, I don't know, it's not like a burnt orange, but it's a little bit like of a darker orange peach. It's pretty. It's also in like a glass thing. Everything's like white, which is really nice and sleek. And for this product I'm going to use the rounded blush brush, and I'm just going to dip into it and let's see kind of, well, it picked up a little too much. Okay, so it picked up like a lot on the side, so I didn't get it really on my apples. I got it lower than I wanted it. Okay, so the color itself, I hope you guys can tell. I don't know why I blew on it as if there's like powder on it. The color itself is very orangey on the face. I hope you guys can tell. And I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this brush. I feel like it's putting it in places I don't want the blush. As you can see, this kind of side is a little bit higher than this side. Didn't try to do that, but the blush brush had a mind of its own. Truth be told, I really don't think the brush is the best for this type of product. I would use this for another type of product. I don't know if it's really working with this. Hopefully I don't look like a clown, but this is with the Wonder Tint in Dream on my cheeks. It's really pretty. I just think that it's, I don't know, it's definitely buildable. I like it. The color may not be for me. I didn't really realize how orange it was, but it's still pretty. It's still very light and kind of blends into the skin, and I still kind of like it. It's just not my favorite. Now going on to the Jelly Eye Shimmer. This is the fun part because this color is super cool. This is the color Starry Sky, and this is the one that DIXIE had in all of the promo shots, and it looked absolutely stunning. I loved the color. It's super cool. I think that this would be wearable for like a night out or something fun. Also, if you're just adventurous with your makeup and you like doing like fun looks. Literally in the thing, it looks so cool. Like, wow, that's pretty. I'm excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's insanely beautiful. Like, insanely beautiful. I'm obsessed with this. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Ultimate Packing Brush and just kind of do like a whole wash of color, like all over my lid. I'm gonna use this and then kind of blend it out, I guess, and see what it looks like. I want to put you guys closer though. We're up close and personal, and now I'm going to use the color Starry Sky all over my lid with the packing brush. So let's see if this brush is gonna work. I don't know. Whoa. It kind of feels wet, which I think is super cool. Like, it kind of feels cooling in a way, which is, I mean, it's really nice. It feels awesome on my eye. I don't know if it's supposed to feel cool. I don't really know. It just feels like wet, which is fun. I do see that it's a little bit patchy. I think that it just needs to be like blended, or just like not putting it too much on those spots. So let's go on to the other eye and then come back to this one and kind of blend them out with my finger. Walking downtown and I'm okay. So I want to put it on with my finger. It feels like jelly. It like is really weird feeling. It's super cool though. So with my finger, I feel like it's definitely applying better. I don't know about these brushes, I'm gonna be honest. I know that a lot of people probably skipped out on them anyway, but I don't know. I just wanted to try them. But yeah, the finger is doing such a better job at kind of applying the product and putting it all on where it needs to be. In the video, they have like the whole wash of color and then they kind of blend it out into the crease. So that's what I'm gonna do with just like a crease brush. Alright, so kind of taking a closer look, it's definitely like pretty patchy. So I don't know, I think that this would be a great topper, but I don't know how well it looks kind of just on top of your eyelid. But maybe with kind of a similar color underneath and just kind of topping it with this to kind of intensify it would look way better in my opinion. But personally, not the biggest fan of it right now on its own. Alright, so I went ahead and put on a little bit of eyeliner, some mascara, and in the inner corner I did like a little bit of a highlight just to kind of finish the look off. What I did see when I went ahead and added a little bit of more of this product is that it has to dry down before you kind of start packing on a little bit more, and I think that works a bit better, and it kind of, you know, I don't know, added some color. But personally, I just think that it does crease a little bit, so I'm going to use this more as a topper than just a standalone shadow, which is kind of disappointing but also not the worst thing. And as you can see, the color payoff does kind of come off. I just think that in some areas it was a little bit patchy, and that's not what you want. So yeah. Right, and last thing I'm going to be trying out is the Glassified lip oil. That's just kind of like a lip gloss but lip oil. This is in the color Shiny Dancer, which I think is a cute name. Personally, I think that a lot of people might skip out on a product like this just because it's literally on the market everywhere, but I don't really use lip oil, so I wanted to try out a lip oil instead of a gloss and kind of see the texture and just kind of see what it would be like. This is the color that I got. Obviously, it's going to be very, very sheer. It's not going to be like a purple on my lips, and that's why I decided to get this one instead of kind of the more sheer, or not sheer, the lighter colors or the clear one, because I do want a tiny bit of a tint, and I felt like those are not going to give anything. But they also do have like a red one that's like a darker color. So yeah, Shiny Dancer. I'm going to put this on my lips now. See how it performs. And it kind of just comes in a tube. Whoa. Okay, so I actually really like this. This is a very nice glossy feeling. I thought it was going to be very thin, kind of like an oil, but it's not. It's definitely kind of a glossy product. I also think that it left kind of a tint behind, not too much of it. Again, I wasn't expecting it to be too much, but it's so glassy and like glossy, so I do think that the whole glassified lip oil really works with the name because it's very shiny, which I think is so cool because I feel like a lot of us really like those like juicy, really shiny, glossy lips when you're looking for a gloss. So this is definitely one that I think that I would recommend to a lot of people, and I really love it. Alright, so now I'm going to give my final thoughts. So first of all, I do want to say my skin feels really nice. It's very thin, feeling like it just feels like there's nothing on it. I think that it evened out my skin really nice. So I want to give a nice praise to the Hint skin tint. If you're gonna go with something from this line, I do think that this would be a really nice one to go with because it's just a very natural finish, and I don't know, I just feel like it just evens out everything, kind of is that medium coverage that it's saying, but it also literally feels like nothing, which I think is such a big thing now to have like lightweight products, because it's really nice for an everyday thing. So yeah, love this. Next for the cheek and lip mousse, this product right here is pretty nice. I like that the product kind of gives a very natural flushed cheek look. The color Dream is really pretty. It's very peachy, very orangey. If you're into colors like that, this is definitely one to get. And also I really like the texture of it. I just think that it's better to put on with your hands. And yeah, I think a little goes a long way if you blend it out really nicely. And personally, I liked this product. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I wouldn't say it's anything crazy out of the ordinary. I remember the Maybelline Mousse blushes a long time ago. Those are kind of similar to these. So that's cool. If you used to like those, you'll probably like this. All right, and now for the Jelly Eye Shimmer. I do think that I bashed it a little bit too soon because personally I think it's really pretty, and I love the look that it gave onto my eyes, and I think it's so fun and reflective. Obviously I'm just talking about this color right now because this is the color that I've chosen, but they do have kind of more natural colors too. I'm not going to talk too much about the color right now. I do want to talk about the formula just in case you're not really looking for this color. The formula is nice. I do think that you need to let it dry a little bit before you start packing on more color. That will kind of change the game in like the way that it's going to apply and like the patchiness and stuff, just because I think that with wet products they move around too much if you're like constantly putting them on top of each other without kind of letting it dry a little bit in that area and all that stuff. You can also combat creasing with some different kind of bases and stuff, so I think that that would work. I just use concealer as my base this time, so maybe I just need to use like a primer. I don't really know. It's not bad though. I really like it. I think it's really pretty, and I'm excited to use this. And I also think, again, with this color that I specifically got, Starry Sky, it is so cool. Like even just in this little container, it looks so cool. So yeah, I do recommend this product, and I think it also will be a great topper. Alright, and then for the brush kit, I honestly think it's just not worth it. The complexion brush, if you can find one similar to this, a flat top angled kind of not too dense brush, this really works with the skin tint, and I really like it. But personally, I think this is just the best brush out of the kit, and the other ones I just feel like I already have or like don't really need. I don't really know. Personally, I think that you can go without this. But yeah. Alright, and lastly, I want to talk about the Glassified Lip Oil. So this is one of those products that I really liked. I'm going to continue using, but I will say there's so many products on the market that are just like this, so you don't really need to go with this because there's probably cheaper ones out there. But I also do really like it, so if you did want to get one of these, I do recommend it. I think it's really, really pretty, and I'm a huge fan of it. So yeah, super fan. Alright, and that was it for the first impressions. I really liked trying out these products. I think that it's really fun that this is kind of a new type of line, makeup line that's very light. I think Morphe is definitely headed towards a really cool route with Morphe too. Personally, I don't think this was like a groundbreaking collection, but I do think that I'm going to use them, and I enjoyed them. So I really like this whole thing, and I like the brands are kind of getting into that light makeup because I think that's a huge style now. So yeah, that was it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I feel like first impressions and reviews and stuff are always really helpful when looking for products, especially with new lines that have like a billion products. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions or you want me to review something in the future, anything that's coming out that you know of, please let me know. I love doing reviews. I'm kind of broke right now, but I still love doing reviews. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed again, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you really feel like. And yeah. You were never meant for me.